How's it going, everyone? Peti Kish Hun here, and today we're going to be talking about this new research that recently popped up. It's saying that women in general prefer sexier characters in their video games.
No way! Yes way!
Wow, what a shocker, right? I've been saying this for a while. If you see my other videos, that people just want to play attractive looking characters, but also make them badass. That is what we want. No one wants to play as an ugly or just basic level character in their games. You're going to be playing that for, 8 hours or max. Why would you want a character to look ugly? I don't understand this mindset. And that's why the media has been spinning this out of control, that no, you need to be actually liking these ugly characters, these androgynous looking characters in the games, because that's what the narrative is supposed to show us.
You want answers! I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
But now, in reality, the studies shown that actually women and men are interested in good-looking characters in the games. So we're going to be reading this article here, guys. But before we do that, I'd love it if you guys can like, share, sub, follow on this channel. Let's push this algorithm forward for more of these kind of content. I'm on Niche Gamer, and they have this article up, and it says, research shows women prefer to play sexy characters. This is not new. We've known this. This is just now confirming, and there's studies and research now showing that yes, this is just given. This is fact. A new study titled Examining How Sex Appeal Cues and Strength Cues Influence Impressions of Female Video Game Characters was recently published, which sought to examine how men and women react to sexualization in video games. The experiment was set up using custom characters in Soul Calibur 6, with multiple characters being created to represent sexualization and strength in varying degrees. In the case, 4 characters were made to represent: number 1, high sexualization and high strength; number 2, high sexualization and low strength; number 3, low sexualization and high strength; number 4, low sexualization and low strength. So they showed these 4, and they pretty much are saying, okay, we have these 4 in front of you. Which one do you prefer? Which characters do you prefer more? So that's what they're pretty much saying here. Unsurprisingly, while women stated that they dislike characters who were highly sexualized, women would choose to play them when given an opportunity. Meanwhile, male players choose female characters who looked strong. That's very interesting. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, males pick the females that actually are, attractive, but are strong. Interesting. Okay. So kind of like a Lara Croft, I would say, vibe. And then the women picked the most feminine one and the most sexualized character from all of them. But when they walked in, they said they didn't care for and disliked sexualization of women, but they picked the most sexiest character.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
It doesn't make no sense in that aspect. So let's continue. When speaking with SciPost, researcher Teresa Lynch shared her thoughts on the premise of her experiment. Sexism pervades gaming. For example, game content overwhelmingly features male characters to the exclusion of central female or gender minoritized characters. Games that do feature female or gender minoritized characters often unfavorably stereotype, objectify these groups. In online gaming experiences, men, boys target women, girls, and gender minoritized individuals with sexist and harassing communication. So I'm guessing this person is full-blown feminist and she's trying to get this research women and men, but mostly women, what they think about characters, female characters in video games. She's like fully indoctrinated into the narrative, and she's trying to get this research out there, this study, to see if it's actually what she thinks or what she actually is surprised by all the information that she's getting. She went to express surprise at the results of her first experiment in a series of 2 where men and women were asked to offer their opinions on the aforementioned character archetypes. Women surprisingly expressed dislike but also preferred sexualized characters. I wasn't surprised by the fact that participants in our studies disliked the sexualized female characters. I think especially among younger generations who have grown up with social media and intuitively understand how media perpetuates impossible beauty standards. There's increasing scrutiny and critique around sexual objectification. That said, I was surprised to see that in our first study, women still selected the most sexualized character when asked which character they would choose to play. It's important to remember that this character was also rated as the most feminine, so it's possible that women were just selecting the character they most identified with because they want to look sexy. Women in general want to look attractive in-game and out of game. That's why they want to have that fantasy power character. Like, what? I don't understand the mindset of this. And yes, she's actually surprised about the whole thing, when in real life, we know, gamers know, that women want to play the same characters as men do. You look at the top best characters of all time. It's all attractive characters. It's all characters people love to see. Lara Croft, Tifa Lockhart. Even for men, you have Master Chief, you have Nathan Drake, you have a lot of strong men too in these games as well. And guess what? The top characters everyone loves are strong, sexy, attractive characters. What is there to talk about here, right? It's just common sense. But for some reason, the media doesn't like this and they want to spin it out of control, because most of these people that are actually against this, they're pretty much just feminist harpies screaming and soy boy simps out there. They're just saying this. Even gay people would be appreciative about some good-looking women and men, obviously. A second experiment in the same study had men and women actually play the character instead of just observing. The results here was that women tended to identify the strong characters as more competent. Meanwhile, men appeared to be more open-minded and didn't significantly conflate a woman's physical stature with her competence. In recent years, international agencies and governing bodies have become increasingly concerned about the representation of women in media. Most recent, the United Nations Committee on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women has criticized Japan for its depiction of women hypothetically contributing to violence against women and girls. Yes, this is a thing. I was going to talk a little bit about this, but there was an article here as well in Niche Gator and said UN committee criticized Japan's media may incite violence against women and girls. This is so stupid. Why is the UN trying to censor this? It's because they don't want that culture to come over to other countries now. And they always say we're trying to protect women, when this actually hurts women than protects women. Because why aren't you guys talking about like OnlyFans and people on there with their nudes and all sorts of weird shit? Young girls are putting their bodies on the internet. And you guys are saying, oh, Japanese media like manga, anime, and video games and all sorts of things coming from the East are hurtful for women. Like, you see what I'm saying here? It doesn't make no sense. And it's retarded that the UN is talking about this. This is so dumb. There's no point. There's so much other things right now more important than censoring a culture in general for another country. Because why the fuck would you want this to happen? This is absolutely insane. It's so dumb. Businesses such as Twitch have also applying inconsistent standards toward fictional depictions of women. Whether it's government agencies or private businesses, the fear of sexualized depictions of women invariably leads to censorship. Yes, every time. It's mostly women that get censored. If it's a little bit of cleavage going on, you know, a little bit of skin showing, it always gets censored. For some reason, God forbid, you know, have a little skin showing or have a little bit more feminine look to a character, and then when you have dudes, they're full all blown, no shirts, you know, shirts are off completely, they're showing all their masculine features. But for women, no, you can't do that. So this is what I'm saying, the hypocrisy of what is loud and what is not, absolutely stupid. We have Mugen Lord here, which I highly recommend watching this video. It's very, very intuitive. And he also gets to a lot of the points like I'm saying. I highly recommend checking out Mugen Lord as well. But he says here, I love the fact that this feminist had her entire reality shattered after discovering that women love playing as sexy characters just as much as men. I will say this time and time again. Women will only say what's politically correct in order to avoid confrontation, criticism, and exclusion from the group, which is why there is always a disconnect from what they say verbally and what their actions say. This study only reinforces that notion time and time again. And he's right. And this is true. This is a woman thing, actually, where they say one thing, but they don't mean it the other way. It's almost a stereotype. Not every woman's like this, but most women, you know, and it's a thing that happens a lot. Like I know and others know that they don't want to hurt other women. So they have to say what politically is correct for that moment. Men are different in that way. Men usually, let's say, are more forthcoming. They like to say it, you know, strong, and they'll say it to your face. If anything, you know, the talk to talk, one-to-one, men to men kind of situations. But women are more like, if two women start talking to each other, they have a vibe going if they like each other or not. But when, you know, some of them might be a little bit more upset because of beauty standards, one walks away, and other girl's like, yo, I don't like her vibe. She's really a bitch, you know, all that kind of stuff. It happens. It's because women try to up the other woman in beauty. It's been a thing for a while, and that is also why these women walked into the study where they're like, oh, we don't want to be sexualized characters. We don't want those women. But then they picked a sexualized character. So yeah, Mugen Lord makes a good point here about that. And I believe that too. Check this out. Developers aren't making female characters look like men. Stop lying. This is 2B outfit in Stellar Blade versus 2B's outfit in Ubisoft game. Ubisoft turned one of the hottest female characters into a man. It's blatant female rosary, and it's disgusting. There are artists who study anatomy, read anatomy books, and who know the difference between a man and a woman, yet they made her look like a man. It's all deliberate. The uglification of women is being done because dirty troons are offended by female bodies. So 2B is coming out on they're doing crossovers with Stellar Blade and Rainbow Six Siege. So we got Shift Up, a Korean developer, and we have Ubisoft, which is the West, which is more of like a French-Canadian company. And here is 2B from Nier Automata. This is her character look on Eve. This is what it should be, right? This is pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty close to like 2B. Very feminine, very, you know, sexy kind of character. Awesome. You know, that's what the game is all about. If you played Stellar Blade, A lot of these, this game has that appeal to it. Whatever, that if you're into that, that's cool. A lot of people are into it, and I think Stellar Blade has actually pretty good gameplay as well. If it just had looks, I wouldn't care, but the looks are definitely a plus, I would say. But it's also, the gameplay is really fun. I really like it. It is like Nier Automata and love other games. It's really good. And then we have this one. Look at this.
Holy shit.
That ain't no woman. It's a man.
Oh my goodness. This is literally a man dressed in a woman's costume. You cannot tell me that that's not a man. If you think that's a woman, then you need to get your eyes checked. I'm serious. Like, there's no way that is a woman. That looks like Leon from Resident Evil LARPing as 2B in the game. It looks like a mod. Is this made intentional where it's like it's trying to be funny? I don't think it's trying to be funny. I think it's actually trying to be serious. And then they actually think that this is a female look. This is not a female look. This is a man's look. You see this, and then you see this. People are going to counter argue this, that no, that's actually a female. I don't know what you're looking at right now, because that you're just coping so hard that is ridiculous.
Over and over again.
There are so many of these soy boy simps out there. You cannot say that this is it. And also a lot of those feminist harpies out there, they're gonna say that, how could you? How dare you say that?
How dare you?
This is insane. This is absolutely insane. No way. No way. I don't believe it. Sorry, I can't believe that. You cannot say that. I won't change my mind. There's no way. There's no way. And the last thing today, guys, is this. Another coping mechanic, PC gamer, a shill company, just put this article out. They said the First Descendant is getting officially Jiggle physics in a future update because somehow it didn't already have Jiggle physics.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
What's wrong with that? This article is literally crying so hard that they literally are like, why are they doing this? Why are they adding Jiggle physics for characters, for men and women? Why?
Stop it. Get some help.
If you play First Descendant, it has attractive characters, and that's why it's still really a game that people still go back to because the characters look cool and the gameplay is not that bad either. So you get actually a bonus because of that if you get attractive characters in that game, obviously. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with Jiggle physics? I haven't seen Jiggle physics in a long time in game. They just like stopped with it because if you think about it, then the motion of a physical character makes the game actually more realistic. They're trying to make it more realistic, but they're taking away the realistic features of the body motion. So if, you know, characters have larger breasts or bigger butts, you're going to see more motion when they jump or do stuff, you know. Same with dudes. You're going to see more of their body muscles contract and move around more. Why is that a problem? This is actually a plus for the gamers, and this is awesome. And there's someone here. No one is shocked you don't like Jiggle. We got a PC gamer. You're all scared of Jiggles. Oh, shit. But the thing, they picked the side that they're more socially correct, let's just say. When in real life, you actually would be like, yeah, that's good. Let's go, boys. We got some Jiggle physics. Let's go. Stop lying to yourself. Seriously, stop lying. You like the Jiggle physics. Stop crying about it and writing these articles, PC gamer.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
So yeah, what do you guys think overall about this whole thing? Let me know in the comments below. I thank you so much for watching this long. And if you didn't like this video, I still thank you so much for watching this long. Until the next time, guys, have a good one all. See ya.